The hardest person to become is often yourself. Not because you don't know who you are, but because the world spends so much time telling you who you should be. Hi, my name is Feli the artist, and I created a painting about this. So I began this painting in a previous video. You can go back and watch it. I started it from a blank canvas, developed an abstract painting, fitted in some beautiful details, unique details based on messages of hope, self-love, and in believing in yourself. So these symbols and words are embedded in the painting, and if you did see a close-up, you'd get a good picture of them. And you can watch the first video and see that. So from here, I'm just taking it forward and explaining, the inspiration behind the painting. So this painting is called As She Blooms. And in many ways, it tells a story I've been living for years. Growing up, I was fortunate to have parents who always supported me. But like many people, I also grew up surrounded by expectations, mostly society expectations. If you don't know this about me, I'm Zambian and I grew up in Africa. And if there's one thing about Africa, it has a rich, deep, and heavy cultural influence. Culture is so heavy and it encourages everyone to play their role. By that, you are confined to fulfilling societal expectations, and there's not so much an emphasis on individualism, but you have to perform as a unit. And most of these expectations are placed on women. So at times, it's easy to forget yourself in trying to fulfill your role to the society as a whole. So these expectations are on so many facets of your life, including what success is, the kind of career you pursue. There are careers which are, I'd say, viewed better than others, and then also the life you're supposed to build. For a long time, I followed that path. I paid attention in school, I got good grades, I went to university, I got my bachelor's degree, and later I worked as a court reporter with a stable government job. I'm grateful for those experiences. Honestly, I wouldn't change them. They taught me discipline, resilience, and so much about people and society at large. I feel like my experiences have groomed me to withstand things even when they're at their toughest point, because there were so many things I had to overcome. Like, things are just not handed out. It's a real struggle to become someone in life because opportunities are so scarce. And then on top of trying to find yourself, get to a better place, everyone's eyes are on you, literally. So through all my experiences growing up, deep down, art was always the place where I felt most like myself. Even while working full-time, I would spend the evenings and weekends painting. You can imagine, like, my job was so demanding. There were strict deadlines. Many times we had to carry work home. You'd spend the whole day in the courtroom. You literally have to use up your evening editing those proceedings. It didn't make sense to me, but that was the requirement. So your evenings are taken up as well. In that same time, you have to have time to relax, like you have time for yourself, and then also pursue your own interests, which for me was art. So it was really hectic for me. But I still pursued this. I kept on learning. I kept on making mistakes, motivating myself, starting over in a society that did not even place art on a high pedestal. Opportunities in the art world are so minimal. Having a career in art is not really something people pursue. because it doesn't pay well and there are few opportunities for you to make money as an artist. Where opportunities are there, they're really scarce. Like, it's not everyone who can benefit from them, so it's really hard as an artist, but I still pursued this. I found joy in the little things, and I never stopped believing that one day I could create the kind of work that truly reflected who I was. Eventually, I reached a point where staying in an environment that was toxic and no longer aligned with my values cost me much more than leaving ever could. It was just so much on me. Juggling work, juggling my art, it was really taking a toll on, I'd say, my mental health. It really wasn't healthy. It felt like it was a heaviness upon me, and periods whereby I'd take leave felt like heaven to me. And that's the point I reached in knowing that this is not for me anymore. I can't walk this path anymore. So when I got to this point, I decided to choose differently. Honestly, it was an easy decision. But I knew people from the outside looking in would never fully understand my perspective. But I was just being honest with myself, and that's all that mattered to me then. Looking back now, I don't miss living someone else's version of success. I love the life I've built because it reflects who I am at my core. That's what this painting is about. The flowers aren't simply decorative. To me, they're a symbol of what happens when we stop apologizing for who we are. The purple and blue flowers represent growth. They're flowers in blooming, and this happens only when you're true to yourself, when you're at peace with who you've become, and you begin to bloom and bear fruit. You begin to be positive. You begin to achieve greater things when you're not living under the shadow of what other people expect of you. I've always admired people who are unapologetically themselves, people who embrace their culture, their skin, their interests, their personality, not because they're perfect, but because they've made peace with who they are. There's something incredibly freeing about that, and I think many of us spend years chasing acceptance from everyone except ourselves, and it's truly sad. Imagine reaching the end of your life only to realize you became everything people wanted, except the person you are meant to be. To me, that's a far greater risk than choosing the uncertain path. So as I continue bringing this painting to life, I hope it reminds you to honor your own story, to make room for your own voice, and to keep growing into the person that already exists beneath all the expectations. Thank you for spending this time with me in the studio. In my next video, I'll reveal the finished painting, and if this piece speaks to you, it will also be available as a fine art print on my website, and you can acquire it to fill your space with a daily reminder to stay true to yourself. Until then, take care and keep choosing the life that feels true to you.